statements, but here's a quote from you about landlords who don't want to rent out their properties. You said, kill them, murder them, let the streets soak in their red capitalist blood. Doesn't that make you part of the problem with violent discourse?
This was in a conversation that I was having with a landlord friend of mine.
Hasan Piker just made a total fool of himself on stream and then tried to pull the "I'm broke" card again. Like, seriously, bro, who are you trying to convince when you're chilling inside a multi-million-dollar mansion with designer furniture and luxury cars parked out front? It's wild watching someone that rich try to cosplay as a struggling everyman. He keeps saying, "I didn't change," like it's his personal catchphrase, trying to make it sound deep or something. Meanwhile, Destiny's out here talking about his real grind, coming up from nothing, building his platform from pure hustle. And Hasan's trying to hijack that same narrative like it's his autobiography. He even goes, "I've been broke before, people called me a loser, now I've got money, and they call me a hypocrite." Please, that's not struggle, that's a script. The truth? Hasan's "I was poor once" act is about as fake as his outrage. His dad sat on the board of a $4 billion company, his mom's literally a commercial landlord, and his first big break came from being hired by his uncle's media empire. Like, come on, how much more privilege can it get? And what's crazy is none of this is hidden. You can find it all online in minutes. Yet he keeps pushing that underdog fantasy like he clawed his way up from the dirt. It's just straight up delusion dressed up as humility. You know what I mean? "I didn't change," Hasan Piker keeps repeating like it's his personal motto, as if saying it enough times will somehow make it true. He keeps comparing himself to Destiny, the streamer who actually built his whole platform from scratch with no handouts, no shortcuts, and no millionaire family backing him up. But Hasan, he tries to paint his story with the same brush, like he clawed his way out of the trenches too. He loves to drop that line. "Back when I was broke and talking about capitalism, people called me a loser. Now that I have money and still talk about it, they call me a hypocrite." Bro, please, that's not struggle. That's performance art. Let's call it what it is. Hasan Piker has never actually been broke. His dad literally sat on the board of a $4 billion company. His mom, a commercial landlord collecting rent while he was still figuring out how to go viral. This man didn't grind for success, he inherited it. And after college, while most people are out here sending job applications and praying for interviews, he gets handed a media gig straight from his uncle's own network. That's not the grind, that's the golden ticket to the top. And the funniest part? None of this is secret. Every bit of it is out there, easy to verify with one quick search. But apparently, some people like Kaya just refuse to accept it. They still treat Hasan like he's some kind of working class hero who battled against the system, when in reality, he's been sitting comfortably inside that system the whole time. And when the heat starts rising, Hasan does what he always does. Flips the narrative and plays the victim. He instantly cries that he's being targeted by some far-right pro-Israel slander campaign. Like, bro, come on. Not every bit of criticism is a grand conspiracy. Sometimes people aren't out to get you. They're just calling you out because the mask slipped and everyone saw what's really underneath. Privilege, hypocrisy, and a whole lot of denial. Hasan's meltdown spiraled so hard that even Reddit, yes, the same Reddit that usually rides for him, finally turned on the guy. And honestly, for once, they were on the right side of history. The comment sections were a straight-up roast session, and he walked right into every trap they set. It was brutal. Every thread turned into a comedy special at his expense, and instead of ignoring it, he took the bait again and again like it was his full-time job. He's just way too easy to trigger. That's why the internet can't stop making memes about him. They just never run out of material. Every time he opens his mouth, there's a new clip, a new quote, a new reason for the timeline to drag him. And what's worse, he tries to act like it doesn't bother him, like he's above it all. But you can see it in his face, that tight smile, the defensive tone. He's fuming inside because he's lost control of the narrative he built. The guy who used to shape online conversations can't even manage his own image anymore, and it's eating him alive. Then someone drops the most savage line of the year. "Dude, we can't be doing this. Kaya's in an open-air prison." The whole chat just lost it. That line single-handedly buried every excuse he tried to make. Like, bro, your dad might not technically be a billionaire, but he was sitting on the board of a billion-dollar company. That's still wealth no matter how you try to spin it or water it down. And let's not forget his mom. She's out here managing commercial real estate properties, literal landlord money, watching Hasan act like he's broke or just one of the people, while living off passive income is beyond ridiculous. You can't call yourself oppressed from a luxury home while your mom's collecting rent checks. That's not what the struggle looks like. It's a performance, and the audience isn't buying the act anymore. Bro, Hasan straight up lost his mind over the most harmless comment imaginable. Tips just said, communism is suffering, and suddenly this man's acting like someone insulted his entire existence. Like seriously, how is that even a hot take? The speed at which he goes from calm to completely unhinged is wild. The moment someone even slightly challenges his views, he flips out like it's a personal attack. You could literally see it in his face, that mix of frustration and disbelief, like he can't process that not everyone worships his ideology. His eyes go wide, the tone shifts, and boom, meltdown mode activated. It's like he lives in a world where disagreement equals betrayal, and honestly, it's kind of sad to watch. Every time someone brings up communism in a less than flattering way, he turns red faster than a stoplight. And the funniest part, he didn't even need to use a collar this time. But you just know his fans will come up with some wild excuse for him. They'll say stuff like, he couldn't afford a car so he had to ride a horse. Like, bro, what? That's not a defense. That's stand-up comedy. The mental gymnastics his fan base performs is honestly Olympic level at this point. But here's where it gets even crazier. Two huge names have officially jumped into the whole Collargate drama, and it's turning into something way bigger than just a clip gone wrong. This thing's got layers, and it's about to blow up in a way nobody saw coming. You're not gonna believe this one. The Collargate mess just got so wild that even the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, had to chime in. And if that wasn't crazy enough, the other person throwing shade is none other than Tyler one of the loudest, most chaotic legends in the gaming world. Like seriously, what timeline are we even living in right now? The Vice President is out here commenting on Twitch drama. This is pure comedy and dystopia rolled into one. Civilization might actually be cooked at this point. How do we go from serious political debates to politicians dunking on streamers? Next thing you know, people are going to be getting White House invites just to give takes on who fumbled the latest controversy. Imagine an official Twitch affairs advisor sitting in the Oval Office. That's how ridiculous this timeline has become. And while all this is unfolding, Reddit is out here absolutely torching Hasan. They're not letting a single thing slide. People are posting comments like, bro, you mean from rich to richer? And Hasan, you are not that guy, pal. The internet's finally calling out what everyone's been thinking. That fake underdog act doesn't fly anymore. He keeps trying to rewrite his story like he came up from the Bronx or something, struggling to make ends meet. But everyone knows that's cap. It's been a brutal week for him. Even the deep bunker crowd, you know, the ones who usually defend anything he does, have joined the roast session. It's like the whole internet collectively decided to tag in and drag Hasan Piker together. Every meme, every post, every thread is another hit. And at this point, it feels like there's no one left in his corner. At this point, Hasan has lied so many times that it honestly feels like he doesn't even remember what's true anymore. Every time he opens his mouth, the story changes just a little bit, like he's rewriting his own script on the fly. The internet's caught on too. People are saying, we all know what that S on his chest stands for, and it's not super, it's shock. That line alone became a meme overnight. The jokes haven't stopped since. His Halloween costume got absolutely torched online. People were dropping comments like, where's the kryptonite necklace? And did you power that outfit with denial? The roast sessions are endless, and honestly, the dark humor is hitting hard. Sure, it's savage, but it says everything about where public opinion's at. Nobody's buying the act anymore. The guy who once preached about being real is now the internet's favorite punchline, and it's not looking good. That's the full breakdown of what might be Hasan Piker's wildest week yet. From the whole shock collar accusations to his meltdown over the internet going down midstream, it's been one train wreck after another. Every clip, every screenshot, every tweet, it all spiraled faster than anyone could have predicted. What started off as just a few weird moments has now turned into one of the biggest streamer controversies of the entire year. The internet's watching, the memes are flying, and Hasan's once untouchable image completely cracked. Whether you believe Hasan or not, one thing's crystal clear. The truth always finds a way to come out, and right now, that truth's looking messier by the minute. At this point, it's not even about the collar anymore. It's about honesty, accountability, and just how far some creators will go to keep their image spotless. Hasan spent years building up this persona of being real, outspoken, and untouchable, but now the cracks are showing, and everyone's watching him try to hold it all together. The internet's seen every version of this guy by now. The confident political talker who always has an opinion, the entertainer cracking jokes and flexing online, and now, the man caught tripping over his own contradictions. It's wild how fast things flipped on him. One week he's trending for a new stream highlight, the next he's the main character in a full-blown controversy. So, what do you think really happened here? Did Hasan finally push it too far, or is the internet just doing what it always does, blowing things way out of proportion? I seriously want to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment down below. I read every single one. If you made it this far, thank you for watching and riding through all the chaos with me. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this with someone who's been following the drama, and of course, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We've got even wilder stories on the way, so stay locked in, and I'll see you in the next one.